Fragrant, delicious, untender, the perfect pastry for a tea party. The pie with caramelized apples has a very pleasant and balanced taste. It will not be difficult to bake it, and the result will exceed all expectations. How to bake a pie with caramelized apples. Prepare all the necessary products. Apples of sour varieties with a thick peel are suitable for apple pies. It's great if you find Antonovka or Bogadia. I have last year's Antonovka, which is perfectly preserved. Turn the oven on 180 degrees in advance. How to caramelize apples for pie. Very simple. Cut one apple into slices about 5 millimeters thick. Melt the butter in a non-stick frying pan. Put the apple slices in a frying pan and cook over medium heat until golden, first on one side for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then carefully turn each slice over and fry for another 5 minutes. Sprinkle the apples with 2 tablespoons of sugar. Turn down the heat and wait for the sugar to dissolve. Turn the pan in a circle so that each slice is covered with caramel. The apples will become almost transparent, but at the same time they will keep their shape perfectly. In a mixing bowl, mix the milk, eggs, salt and whisk. It is best to use a whisk for this purpose. The mixer will not work. Pour in the remaining sugar and whisk again. If you like spicy pastries, then now is the time to add fragrant spices to the pie. Cinnamon, vanilla, cloves, and nutmeg are perfect. Sift the flour. I recommend not to neglect this process. Thanks to sifting, the finished pastry turns out to be more lush and airy. Stir everything well. The dough turns out to be quite liquid. The remaining apples are also cut into thin slices. The peel cannot be cleaned. Put an apple in the dough and mix everything well. Prepare a heat-resistant mold. If you have a non-stick or silicone mold, you do not need to lubricate it with oil. If the form is ordinary, then lubricate it with any vegetable oil. Read about how to choose a baking dish in a separate article at the link at the end of the recipe. Pour the dough with apples into the selected mold. Place the caramel apples nicely on top. To prevent the top of the apples from burning, cover the top of the pie with foil. Bake the pie in a preheated 180-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Then remove the foil and bake the cake for about 20 minutes more. The exact time depends on your oven. You can learn about the features of the ovens by reading a separate article, the link at the end of the recipe. Cool the cake a little and serve it to the table. Enjoy your meal.